again, everyone. Welcome to the NRC Helpful Moment. This is our 51st video that we've done. We appreciate everyone being part of our videos for so many weeks now. And today, again, we're joined by the president of Top Line Management and CafeFuel, Mr. Brian Devine. My name is, again, Richard Weil, and I'm the principal and CEO of National Restaurant Consultants. Today, I'm thrilled that we are joined by a very, very good friend and a wonderful person, a leader and an entrepreneur, someone I've known for a great many years, and that's Mr. Doug Brooks. And Doug is a consultant to the Brinker Corporation, where he was the past CEO and came up through the Brinker ranks. He also is a director for AutoZone along with Southwest Airlines, and most importantly, he is also an alum of the University of Houston Hilton College of Hotel Restaurant Management, like I am, and is on the Board of Regents at the University of Houston. But I think today, more than anything else, we want to talk a little bit what I think is one of his most passionate boards that he's on, and that is St. Jude's Hospital. And we're so pleased to have you here, Doug. Welcome in. We're glad to have you take a few minutes out of your busy schedule. So thanks for joining us, Doug.
Thanks, Richard and Brian. Honored to be your 51st helpful moment, and I hope something I say is helpful.
Well, I think so. So a couple of things to talk a little bit about. Of course, we're all been faced with the COVID situation. It's been very difficult for everybody, and I'm sure, you know, all the boards that you've been on, et cetera, it's definitely been a highlighted piece for sure. But I think we want to maybe pivot over a little bit today, talk a little bit about the hospital, involvement with one of your companies that you've been so much involved with, your family, and how St. Jude's is dealing with COVID. So if you would please take a few minutes and share a few things about that.
Well, Richard, yeah, St. Jude Hospital is very close to my heart and my company's heart. But as I was telling Brian, it's a complicated story. It's not as simple as a hospital. Many of your viewers today may have seen the TV commercials with Jennifer Aniston and Michael Strahan. They've always been connected to Hollywood and stars because their founder, Danny Thomas, in 1962 created this hospital in Memphis, Tennessee. But the more interesting story is that he was a struggling comedian in the 50s and prayed to God and to St. Jude, the patron saint of hopeless causes, that if they helped him be successful, he would build some sort of a monument to them. And when he built St. Jude Hospital, that's what he did. Important side note, in 1962 in Memphis, Tennessee, this hospital was totally integrated. Whether you were an employee or a patient, didn't matter your race, background, creed, or color, which is when you talk about what you stand for, this hospital in 1962 took care of anyone and everyone who needed help. But in 1962, 1 out of 5 kids with cancer lived. 4 out of 5 kids died. It was a death sentence. So Danny Thomas wanted to change this. So he got the best doctors in the world and created this hospital that now leads the world in treatment of pediatric cancer. But it's really 3 things. It's one, a great hospital. Last year, they treated over 8,500 patients in Memphis, but thousands more around the world through virtual consultations with doctors using all of their treatments. But they do treat the sickest kids in the world there. Number 2, it's an amazing research hospital. The only way you got from that many people dying is to have the best doctors working on protocols, treatments to fix it, and they lead the world in pediatric cancer research. And maybe most importantly, it's a great charity because since 1962, a family has never paid a penny for treatment, travel, food, or housing. If a family goes to the hospital, everything is taken care of. There's places you live for free, food, travel, years, millions of dollars. You never pay a penny. So it's amazing. So fast forward to today, 4 out of 5 kids with pediatric cancer now live. That's the good news. From 20% to 80%, mostly because of things that St. Jude has created. The bad news is 1 out of 5 still die. So there's more work to be done. And so the good news is they treat kids in all 50 states, all over the world, and it's really a hospital without walls. So forget Memphis. We have a saying that for every 1 child we treat in Memphis, 1,000 get treated around the world. It really is a remarkable place. They share everything with every other hospital, so things they invent or research gets shared with hospitals everywhere, including Denver or wherever you happen to live.
So about you and your family. I know it's done huge of time, energy, and resources.
So in 1998, one of the board members at Brinker, the parent company of Chili's, named Joe Hager, just so happened to have been a longtime friend of Danny Thomas's back in the 50s and 60s. Well, he was on the board. And so I was kind of an up-and-comer at Chili's. I was president of the Chili's brand at that time. And in a board meeting one time afterwards, he asked me if I'd want to join this advisory board. I didn't even know what the hospital was. Well, I went on a trip, joined it. I've been on it ever since. So 22 years. So we convinced the Chili's brand that St. Jude might be a great national partner. And so we started something in 2004 called Create a Pepper to Cure Childhood Cancer. September is Childhood Cancer Month. So if you went into Chili's anytime between 2004 and now in September, we gave you as a guest a blank piece of paper with a little pepper on it and some crayons and said, Richard, color this pepper and give us $1 and we'll hang it on the wall and we're going to help wipe out pediatric cancer. So between 2004 and today, this was all of our restaurants, but also our guests. So the message maybe to all the restaurateurs out there who are worried that if they try to get their guests to help support a charity, our guests have loved it. Our team members have loved it. And by the way, we now have raised almost $80 million for pediatric cancer research at St. Jude Hospital. And that's our guests. It's also our team members. So one day of the month of September, we actually give all of our profits to St. Jude. Well, funny thing is, our bartenders and servers on those days said, well, if the company's doing it, we want to do it too. So they give us their tips. Busboys give us cash out of their pocket. And I'm telling you, if we ever stopped working with St. Jude Hospital, half the people at Chili's would quit and leave. I mean, how they feel about our company is determined so much by how good they feel about the work that the company does, trying to wipe out cancer. Nobody wants to hear a story about a child with cancer. And then Holly and I have also been involved, my wife, in Dallas. We have a local fundraiser, as all markets do. We co-chaired the event here the last 5 years. It's been going on for 20 years. We've raised about $18 million just in Dallas for the hospital. So our family, my company, everything, every breath we take, we think about kids with cancer and how we can help change the axis of that. And we have, going from 20% to 80% who live if they have pediatric cancer.
So everybody who today on this, there's ways people could give to St. Jude. I'm sure there's a website, there's all kinds of places, right?
All kind of places. Come to a Chili's in the month of September, or that's their number one choice, or you can go online very easily, and all the TV commercials have it. But I also was just going to add, Richard, that one of the things about COVID-19 is just our industry, how proud I am of the restaurant industry and the hospitality industry. If you think about, I think about Katrina and Sandy and Harvey, and now whenever there's been disasters in this country, it's restaurateurs and chefs and the hospitality industry that is serving food or providing water. We've had Chili's parking lots where people got clothes and food when their markets were destroyed. And my new hero is Chef Jose Andres, his World Central Kitchen. I mean, the guy got food after an earthquake in Haiti, after the earthquake in Puerto Rico. Now, what he's doing with COVID-19, our industry, we are always there when there's disasters, and just proud of that. And then maybe even more on a day-to-day basis, if you're a restaurateur, why not get involved in your community? And I know the millennials and the young people, they talk a lot about doing business with companies because of what they stand for as much as what they actually sell. And just believe our industry has always been there, and it's just exciting to see how much support they've provided during this COVID-19 crisis.
And this time, our industry, big time. Our industry has taken a big hit, and we're still giving, and it's people like you, leaders like you, and companies that you work with that continue to give and realize it's not just about the bottom line, it's about what we need to be as people and humans and taking care of each other.
And even our supplier partners, during some of those hurricanes, we had refrigerated generators and trucks that our supplier partners provided. It's been amazing, and it obviously is a great way to provide loyalty in the community. But even now, we have all of our people that are laid off or furloughed, yet we're using our empty restaurants and our equipment, and those same team members are volunteering to provide food for food banks or for people unemployed or who food deprived. Our industry is great. So St. Jude is a great charity, but our industry has supported people with COVID-19 as well. There's a lot of ways to give back, and our industry has always been there. It makes me very proud to be a restaurateur in this country.
Yeah, indeed. And we're just thrilled that you spent a few minutes with us today, because we know how busy you are with all the activities you've got going on with various boards and contacts. But Doug, I can't thank you enough. Brian, do you have any questions for Doug? Or
No, I appreciate your time, Doug. Thank you so much. And I wanted to just piggyback off of the idea of giving just a little bit, because I had a great conversation with the restaurateur this morning, and we talked about all the different programs that we can help them with. And then I said, hey, look, if you're not quite sure, we really do have a free program that works. And we're not withholding really anything other than the online payment. And that's pretty much it. And he couldn't believe it. And I gave him the link. I said, here, please use it. And then when there's a time and a place for us to help you, we'll be here. So I want to let you know, like, we really do offer a free online ordering system, and it is an enterprise level system. It works beautifully, and it really is free. So if you want to take advantage of that, please do. And it really struck me today. And what you were talking about, Doug, is all the different things and ways that we can give back. And this is just one way that our team has figured out that, hey, we really can do this for free. It's no skin off of our backs. We want to do it. So take advantage of it, please. It works.
Awesome. Well, we found our guests felt good. They only gave it, they walked in, bought a meal, and gave us $1, but they walked out feeling like $1 million because they were part of something so much bigger. And it's kind of that 1 + 1 = 3 or more.
11.
Well, Danny Thomas once said, the founder of St. Jude once said, he'd rather have 1 million people give $1 than one person give 1 million, because he'd rather have 1 million people know about what we're doing. And it speaks to what you talked about.
well, that is so true. That is so true. And again, those words ring very loud with me, because we're both food service junkies. We can't get out of the industry. We've been around it since we were pups, and we still love it, right, Doug?
Yeah, and the things you're doing right now, Richard and Brian, are fantastic. Sharing all this information with folks in the community that are having a tough time. This too shall pass, of course, but how about tomorrow?
That's right. That would be good. That would be good. So, well, listen, that's it for our Helpful Moment number 51 today. A special thanks to Mr. Doug Brooks, all the way from Dallas, Texas today. And I guess, go Cowboys? Is that what we're going to say there? Go Cowboys?
If you say that, I've got to say go Broncos.
There you go, bud. All right, everybody. And that's it for now. So long for now, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye-bye, everyone.